everyone, and welcome back to another super cool radio interview. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have a great guest joining me at this time. On January 26th, The Great Alone released a new album entitled Perception, and on March 5th, we'll tour with Powerman 5000 and September Mourning. Please welcome Murielle from The Great Alone.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's awesome to have you on the podcast. I know we have quite a bit to discuss, obviously, with the new album and the upcoming tour. Great Alone's been very busy this year, and I'm very excited to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
So now, I know we're going to talk about the new album, Perception. Before we really dive into that, so for anyone who hasn't listened to The Great Alone before, what can they expect musically and lyrically?
I'd say we play an alternative rock with a touch of metal, probably an emotional music that we expect listeners to feel something when they listen to our music, and yeah, it's the main thing. Alternative rock with a touch of metal. We can't deny it; it's there.
Oh no, right on for sure. I dig you guys' sound and style, and I definitely like the different emotions you guys have in your music. I think it comes across very well, especially throughout the album.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was. We wanted to play an emotional music with some kind of mystical message, for people to feel like a bond with us.
Oh no, right on for sure. And I definitely picked that up just listening to the album. Very much enjoy it. And I just like the whole the kind of aesthetic and aura just around The Great Alone, just as the band itself. I think you guys the music kind of matches the aesthetic of you guys as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we wanted to have a strong image as well as good production and the best music we could do at the time. So I'm happy that you noticed the effort on the image, because it's a very, very important for us.
Oh no, definitely for sure. And so I'm curious. So talking about the album title, Perception. How did the title for the album come about?
It actually we found the title at the end of the recording when we had the whole album together. When you listen to the music when it's completely done, you have another a way of listening to it, because we record everything at home, we make demos to work on, so you have sort of a rough sound and everything is a bit, it's a draft basically. So when you have the music well produced, you can spot things, you listen to lyrics in a different way, and we noticed that I was talking about a lot about eyes. Sorry. So I was thinking about this concept of eyes, of emotions, because the lyrics are mainly emotionally driven. So I came up with Perception. We talked about the title together, and we thought it was a pretty good fit.
Oh no, it definitely is too. And I like especially just my take on I really like Perception and just the music to go along with the album, because I just like the word perception. I was talking to somebody else. I was like, hey, can I get your perception on this? And I just like using it just because I feel like it's like insight. It's got an emotional connection to it. I think it's just a great title for the album.
Yes, and it allows the listeners to it allows and it almost invites the listeners to perceive what they want, because music is all about your feelings and your perception of it. So I probably don't perceive our music as same as you do. So it's all about perception when it comes to art in general.
Oh no, definitely for sure, and very good point. That my perception of it is obviously going to be different from you, and different from pretty much everybody who listens to the album. Everyone's going to have a different perception and take on it, which is really cool. And that's what music is. It's everyone's going to have a different connection to the music. That's going to be always different from somebody else.
Yeah, of course.
So now I'm curious, like focus on the music side. So how was it writing and recording Perception?
So we recorded Perception in 2021, and we took the time to release it, to find the right people to work with, to find also the right time to release the music, because we were still in this COVID situation. It wasn't clear where we were going, and we wanted to launch the project and not stop before because of something like the COVID or something like that. So we took time to release the album, and actually we composed it, I think, in maybe a year and a half, something like that, a year and a half, yeah. And we both have kind of the same approach to music, so it's very easy to work together. We know each other very well, and the composition process is very it's very fluid. Basically, it's very fluid, and usually Vince starts with music. He records everything at home, and then we listen to it together. We talk about what I think about what he did. Is there something to change, or the structure to modify, something like that? And then I start composing the vocals, and once again we work together. We check what he thinks about the vocal melodies, and then I read the lyrics. So a few steps, but everything flows. Just it's very easy between us. Yeah.
Right on. I'm really happy to hear it's a smooth process for you guys, and I really like just the communication aspect of you guys. I'm a communication major, so communication always good. Always like just talking to you guys, talking to each other, and just focusing on like what the lyrics should be and like what the music's telling you. I really like that aspect of your process.
Yeah. So we work separately but together at the same time. So it's pretty interesting.
Oh no, definitely for sure, and definitely Perception, awesome product of that process, and I think the process that you guys have, I think it's working very well for you guys.
Thanks.
I'm curious for you. So do you have a favorite song off Perception?
I think that Horizon may be my favorite song on the album, because it's the first one that we composed. And so it has a special place, in my heart. But I really, really like Stars and Storms, especially since we started working together with the band and rehearsing, because this song has a complete different impact when played live. So I'm very, very excited to play the whole album, of course, but to notice, to see what people think about this song.
Oh no, right on. Two awesome songs off Perception, some of my favorites as well. So but I really like just the flow of the album from the first song to the last song is just very well done. The track listing, it just feels like one song just like continues into the next, which continues into the next throughout the album. And I just really like that kind of flow when I listen to music.
Thank you very much. Yeah. We tried a few different structure with the songs for the track list. So we came up with this one. We thought it was the best one. So I'm happy that you enjoyed it. It's important to have sort of a coherence between the songs,
Oh, exactly, for sure. I think you guys did an absolutely great job with it, and just the whole album, just from the aesthetic of it to the whole track listing, you guys really took your time to make sure like everything just looks right and feels right and sounds right, and I really appreciate it. As a listener of music and a podcast host, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
But I do want to talk about, because I know you guys got some awesome tour coming up with Powerman 5000 and September Mourning. It starts on March 5th. Like, how does it feel to be touring with these two great bands?
It's very exciting. We are very, very excited. Like, it's just like 2 weeks from now that we will fly to the US. So we are very, very excited. And of course, it's a great opportunity that we have to start with a first tour that is I think a good first tour and interesting in terms of experience. It's always a good thing to play with bands that are experienced and that have something to show, because they are two strong bands, like live bands, strong frontman, frontwoman. So we're excited to see them live, and of course playing with them is amazing for us for promotion. So we hope the public will like our music.
No, I hope so too, and I'm very happy for you guys. You got an awesome tour with two phenomenal bands. So I'm curious, have you guys played in the US before? Or is this the first time?
It's the first time for everyone except Vince, because he toured in the US in 2017, I think, with his previous band. Was a metal band, and so he played in the US. But I as I remember, it was more on the West Coast. So West Coast and Texas, I think he played there. So will be new for him as well to see other parts of the country.
Oh no, for sure. I hope you guys have a great time and safe travels, obviously, to the U.S. But I'm very happy for you guys. So as soon as I saw the tour lineup, I was like, all these bands like touring together. It like when a bill like just makes sense that like all these bands just kind of similar music and genre style. Like I feel like this is a really great and very strong bill.
Yeah. I hope it will be good, because it's nice because, as you said, we play the same genre but not the same genre. We are three different bands, but it's a coherent concert to watch. So I think it's a good thing. Yeah.
Definitely, for sure. So, for any, obviously, coming to the States for the first time as the Great Alone touring, what can people expect from seeing the Great Alone live?
Definitely a lot of energy, because we have a sort of a complicity between every member. So there is something happening between us when we play, and the music takes another shape when played live. Of course, music is always different live, but we feel the energy ourselves, like very strong dynamism, energy. So I hope that people will feel that as well, and I think we will communicate a lot with the public in terms of energy, in terms of everything.
Oh, no, right on, for sure. As I said, it's a great lineup of bands, and obviously, first time touring for you guys in the U.S. And I hope, I think at least, they'll be very receptive to seeing you guys live. I think the music is going to translate very well, seeing you guys live. So I'm very excited and very happy for you guys.
Thanks. Thank you.
But so I'm curious, do you have a favorite song to perform live?
Yeah, Prism is great. Is great live. Also, Horizon, Stars and Storms. They're my favorite. They're my favorite to play. Icons is great. Also, very powerful live. So I like all the songs, but these are my favorites.
Oh, no, right on, for sure. And as I said, it's a great opportunity for you guys to tour with these bands, and I do wish you the best with all of that. I do got one more like kind of live music focused question, and we will be talking about the future plans for the Great Alone coming up here. So I'm curious, do you like mentally prepare differently to perform live compared to recording music in a studio or at home?
Yes, of course. It's it's playing live and playing in a studio is completely different, because you don't act the same. For example, you don't act the same if someone is watching you play, even if there's only one person. So you have to take that to keep that in mind, in order to give the best performance as you can, and not to be overwhelmed by excitement. Just excitement can be tricky when you play live, and of course the fear of making mistakes and things like that, it changes everything. Because when you're in the studio, you make a mistake, you just start again and you redo it, But live, you need to know what you're doing. So preparation is a bit different. Not for the instruments, because we practice a lot, we play a lot individually and together as well. But more, as you said, mentally, and physically, because it's not the same for me to sing when we rehearse in the studio. I don't move the same as I will on stage. So it's a whole technique to get, to stabilize the breath and the support and everything, So it's completely different.
Oh no, for sure. I really like how you were that, with not getting overwhelmed with excitement, not being too nervous that you're going to make a mistake, but also, there is a mental and a physical side to performing live. And I don't know, some people might overlook, one or, either mental or physical sometimes, that like you need both, and you need to be, proper mindset, but also in good physical conditioning to perform live.
Yeah. And when you're about to play, like 5 minutes before, you need to change that mindset, not to be too focused, because when you're too focused, it's not good. The first thing is to enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy, the public doesn't enjoy it. So it's a balance that we need to find. Yeah.
No, it definitely is. And like, sometimes, again, I feel like, especially when I was just starting out as just like a host, like I always felt like so nervous that I just came off that I was just stiff, or I didn't know what to say sometimes. And I think that translates a lot to just entertainment in general, that people, like, they know what they do. They look very meticulous with what they're trying to do. And I think that you have to have that balance of having fun, but also make sure, you're singing stuff right, and that you're playing the instruments correctly, and like, you'll make sure you do your job, but also you have to have fun while you're doing it.
Yeah. That's why you need to prepare a lot, and preparation it can be completely different from one musician to another, from one singer to another, depending on what you need, and how you feel when you sing or when you play. So yeah.
Well, for sure, exactly. So I'm curious for you, just for the grade alone. Obviously, we're less than a month from the tour with Powerman 5000 and September Mourning. Like, how much do you guys rehearse and practice throughout the week?
I work every day. Vince works almost every day. Let's say 5 days a week. I sing 5 days a week. I make a pause, and during the weekend I try to have a break, and so everyone is working almost, like, let's say at least two times a week, and we play together once a month. And when we play together, we work a lot. So we just don't rehearse for an hour. We work for a whole day. And last week, Monday till Wednesday, we have a big rehearsal at a venue here in France. Sorry, I'm in Switzerland, but we'll go to France to do that. And we're about to work a lot on the stage, little things that we need to fix before the tour.
Awesome to hear, and I'm glad you guys are it sounds like you guys are very dedicated to obviously making sure you're fixing little details as well, and just making sure you're very prepared and ready for this upcoming tour. I got a lot of respect. I applaud you guys for that, and definitely looking to see how the rest of the tour goes for you guys when it starts. And I'm very happy you guys have a great opportunity.
Thank you. And I actually wouldn't have conceived it differently, because when you're dedicated to what you're doing, we work a lot on all the aspects of the band. We work on our music a lot. We rehearse a lot. You don't really have a choice then to take things seriously, not to take yourself too seriously, but take the things that you're doing seriously, because the opportunity that we have with Powerman and September Mourning, it would be a huge waste to be like, okay, let's go and we'll see. It would be a shame, it would be ridiculous. So we have to optimize what we are doing to have the impact that we hope to have. So.
Well, for sure, and I really like that you said that, because it is a huge opportunity, and it's not you're not looking past it. You guys are focused on it, and you know how big of an opportunity this is, and I'm very happy you guys are taking the necessary steps to make sure you guys are prepared.
Thanks.
But I know we got to be closing out this interview soon, so I have to talk about. So what are the plan, like the rest of the plans for the Great Alone for the rest of 2024? You guys have started off. I think I have a great start to this year. You got the new album, you got the upcoming tour, but what is the rest of this year looking like for you guys?
So at the moment, it's pretty uncertain because we don't have any other show or tours confirmed, but we are working on future tours. And, it's this Powerman tour will start something for us, when you are a no-name band as we are, and you just start from scratch, you have to prove that you're able to do your thing like as if you were a pro, So promoters are waiting for videos of us playing live and things like that to make decisions and to hire us or to contact us to play. So we have hopes for this tour, beside the fact that we would like the people to enjoy the music. We hope that it's going to bring something. It will probably, and we are working on things right now on tour and shows, but we have to be patient. You have to be patient, when you play music. Sometimes it's a bit frustrating to be that patient, but necessary.
Oh, no, it definitely is, for sure. And I know, as you said, promoters are waiting for, video, photos, reviews, all of that, on the tour. But I know, as you guys have mentioned, you guys are very prepared for this. And I think once people start seeing this tour, I think you guys are going to be, it's going to be more certain as the year goes on, at least in my opinion.
Finger crossed.
That's exactly. But now, as we're closing out this interview, so for everyone watching and listening, where are the best places to find the Great Alone online?
So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on every streaming platforms, of course. We have a website also. It's tgaofficial.com. And yeah.
Right on. I will drop some links for the Great Alone in the description of this podcast. Please check out and support them. New album, Perception, out right now. Make sure to give it a listen. And if they're coming to an area near you, make sure to see them live. Murielle, I had such a great time chatting with you. Thank you so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio.
Thanks again for having me. It was a pleasure answering your questions. And see you soon, maybe.
Hey, I hope so. Sometime, maybe in the near future. I hope so.
Yeah, sure.
For Murielle of the Great Alone, I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.